for those of you just joining, I'm going to do a collective channeling. That was the message that I received, that I was going to be doing a message for the collective. I don't know what it's going to be. So I just encourage and invite you to, if you can, get into a comfortable space where you won't be interrupted. But if that's not possible, as always, always trust that what you hear and what you receive and wherever you are is exactly where you are meant to be. You're going to hear what you need to hear, and the integration of the message is going to occur perfectly. Even if you feel like you consciously tuned out or fall asleep or get distracted by something going on in your day, you're still hearing what you need to hear. Your soul is still receiving the messages and the energy that you need to hear. So trust that, and just allow yourself to be open and receptive. If this is your first time, welcome. Welcome to the Soul family. Thank you for being here. Thank you for answering the call. And I channel, as I was saying, all sorts of different things. If it is guided, I will talk about that at the end of the channel. But for right now, we're just gonna go ahead and get comfortable, tune in. I'm gonna take a sip of water and we'll get started. Okay, so I invite you to take some deep cleansing breaths as I move into the space. If you don't feel anything, that's okay. If you don't consciously feel as though anything is happening, that's okay. Just trust and allow the messages to come into your awareness and to be a part of your experience. Greetings, dear ones. We are here today to bring some clarity, some ease, and to help you feel more confident, feel more secure as you begin to traverse the energies of the end of this year, moving into a new bright horizon. There is much temptation collectively to hold on to the old energies, to hold on to the chaos and the confusion, the back and forth between what is right for me and what is right for the world. And though there may be many seeming paradoxes and many seeming contradictory experiences happening currently in the collective, in your world, they are all moving you towards unity. They are all moving us towards a unified experience of joining, an experience of seeing beyond differences, an experience of seeing beyond how the different representations are really showing the same. The temptation we will speak of today is the temptation to believe that the future you move into will be the same as the past. The last 2 years on your planet has been one of much upheaval and one of encouraging change by revealing energies and themes and patterns that have long been cast in the shadow. The shadow has been revealed for what it truly is, and we, individually, choose how we wish to respond. The temptation to continue believing that destruction or malintent or forces beyond your control are going to prevent you from living the experience that you desire, or prevent you from having the loving relationship that is available with all of your brothers and sisters is what we will release together. It is a new paradigm, dear ones. It is a new consciousness. It is a new earth as it has been expressed. We are integrating the energies of what truly is, so that the energies of what was can no longer grasp and be used as what creates your experience now. We assure you, this is easier than you are currently thinking it is. The only reason why you believe this process is difficult is because the world has conditioned you to believe that change is hard, that change takes immense amount of time and effort, and that change always comes with things that are less desirable. But that is the furthest that could possibly be from the truth of the change that is present now. This change is coming. This change is here. And your choice to perceive what is real, to perceive your power, to perceive the harmony, the union. That choice is what will make the transition feel smoother, feel much easier than your mind is currently making it out to be. All of the things that you love, the experiences that you do not want to let go of, the fears you carry of what you are going to have to sacrifice as the world begins to be a reflection of truth. These fears are the last bastion. These fears are the final frontier for you to surrender, for you to acknowledge, so that they can be left where they belong, which is in the past. The fear of the unknown is ultimately the fear that manifests in all of these multitudes of different ways in your resistance to change. You much prefer to choose the known, uncomfortable, unsatisfactory, unhappy situation that you find yourself in because it is known. Because you can predict what is going to occur. Because you can anticipate what is going to happen. You continue to make this choice out of comfort, despite knowing and despite feeling that it is not what you truly desire, and it is not the choice you want to make. From this moment forward, with the awareness that you do know what you don't want, you are free to choose to release it. To say, I am willing to believe that a new choice will bring what I desire, will bring the love and the compassion and the understanding that I so crave. From our perspective, the fear of the unknown is quite humorous. For you somehow forget that every single day, your experience is one of the unknown. Consider this. Every night, when you lay your head upon the pillow and close your eyes, do you know what you will encounter in your sleep? Do you know if you are going to awaken? Do you know what will occur in your dream state? Perhaps some, but for most, the answer is no. You never know. And yet, you make the choice every day to fall asleep, to close your eyes and trust that you are safe, that whatever happens while you are sleeping is not going to harm you in any way, that your dream world is just that, a world of dreams that will not touch you, and you trust in your ability to awaken in the morning. This is entering into the unknown every single day. And you enter into the unknown when you awaken. You do not know what the day will bring, and yet you still choose to take off the blankets and place your feet on the floor and start your day. So why? Why is it when there is a choice in front of you and you cannot seem to predict what the outcome will be if you make it? Why is it that the fear of the unknown stops you? Why is it that you are so quick to choose that which you do not want because it is known, when you willingly enter into experiences of the unknown constantly? It's simple, dear ones. You have yet to remember and develop the trust in your true self and in the universe which you are intimately a part of, and that is intimately a part of you. For if you fully trusted in yourself, in your power, in your light, and in your light's ability to dispel any shadow, there would be no fear. So as you see these upheavals in the world, the conflict, the opposing sides, the division that seems to put you so strongly against one another that you could never possibly find the common ground or the unity. As you observe these energies, deciding to engage with them as much as you wish, for that is your choice, you are learning. You are learning to stand in your power. You are learning to recognize that the experiences, though they are known, are uncomfortable, and they are not what you wish to choose anymore. And the only choice that is even the slightest bit appealing to you now is a third option that you cannot see. You know the battle is not the option you wish to choose. And the frustration you feel because you cannot see it, because you cannot feel it, because it is not presented to you as clearly and as strongly as these opposing sides. That frustration is pushing you to say, no more battling, no more fighting, no more my way or the highway. It is pushing you. It is pushing you to stop being comfortable in the conflict and to begin being comfortable choosing the unknown. There is an unimaginable power that is yours, that comes with your willingness to make a choice for that which is not clear, to choose the middle path, to choose the beautiful place where those seeming opposites join, to choose to rise above the battlefield, to see what is truly occurring, and to choose to hold the space of love, of allowance, of acceptance, of knowing all is well, regardless of what is seemingly occurring in the outside world. Your internal state of being is the only thing that you are in control of. Your internal state of being is for you to learn, to understand, to process, to integrate, and to choose to remain consistent in your connection to your highest self, to remain consistent in your connection to us, to remain consistent in your connection to the universe. For when that consistency is established, your internal state of being is one that will begin to be reflected in the world. So when these opposing experiences are in front of you, your internal state of being is not swayed. We are not saying that you are not allowed to have emotional responses. We are not saying that you should be a emotionless puddle that doesn't have any sort of reaction at all to the things happening in the world, that you're going to be so peaceful that nothing is going to knock you off your seat. That is an unrealistic expectation. You are not expected to sit there seeing the train coming and not move out of the way because your internal state of being is one of peace. No. Because your internal state of being is one of peace, you so clearly see the train, you know you can move out of the way. This is not a call to inaction. This is a call to truly recognize you are not here to choose sides. You are not here to stand so firm in your opinion that you cannot be swayed. This is to remind you that the external world around you does not alter your internal state of being unless you allow it to. We will return to your choice. To your choice to choose something that you cannot fully envision, that you cannot fully picture in your 3D human experience, because you have only known the extremes. You have only known conflict and war and opposing opinions. That is the chosen experience of duality. It is one of the quickest learning methods. Of course, you will quickly learn what you do not want by being presented with hundreds and hundreds of experiences that show you that. And then to have the equal and opposite experience of what you do want. There is no quicker learning method than duality. But your choice for the unknown, for that third option, that is the choice you will continue to make as we move into the new, as we move into the energies of co-creation, as we move into a time where collaboration is not only necessary, but inevitable, where the individual will no longer be at the forefront, because the collective unity, the collective rising will be so apparent. Yes, you will celebrate the individual, but more, you will celebrate the all. You have been feeling the extremes. You have been feeling the energy shifts. You have been feeling the stagnation. You have been feeling the frustration. You have been feeling the overwhelm. You have been feeling the underwhelm. You have been feeling all of the extremes. Again, this is intentional. Just as a pendulum swings to the highest point with each swing in either direction, it must pass through the middle where those extremes meet. Your resistance to any experience pushes the pendulum, dear ones. So when the pendulum is swinging you, maybe downwards you would perceive, into resistance, into judgment, into low energy, depression, anger, sadness, as it's pushing you this way. And you push back by saying, no, I don't want to feel those things. I shouldn't feel this way. I should feel differently. If I feel this way, it must be a reflection that I am making mistakes and I'm doing something wrong. That is pushing the pendulum and creating more momentum to swing back in the other direction. Now, this is exciting in one regard, because the moment you stop resisting and allow yourself to surrender to what you are experiencing instead of trying to change it and make it something different, the pendulum will automatically swing back in the other direction to bring you the balance of the other extreme. Now recognize this is a self-created pendulum. This is a self-created experience. You choose how much to resist. And you will stay at whatever side of the pendulum you are choosing to push against until you allow. You are learning this slowly, but you are learning this. And as you begin to genuinely allow and accept whatever state of being you are in that moment, accept it. You give yourself permission to actually experience it. You give yourself permission to feel it. And you give yourself permission to stop dwelling there. And as the laws of physics work in your world, you understand that because you pushed that pendulum so hard, it's going to take a while before it slows down, before it stops swinging wildly out of control. So long as you don't push it again, it will naturally come to its resting space. It will naturally come to that point in the middle where the extremes meet. Where what cannot be seen with your physical eyes, what cannot be felt with your physical hands, what cannot be heard with your physical ears, where they reside. It's where you are in truth. And as you choose to bring your awareness to this space, the choice to reside there becomes one choice that you are more aware you can make. We remind you, we have spoken much of the fear of the unknown in this, because this middle resting place is still quite unknown. There is quite a misconception of what it is, of what it will be, of what choosing to no longer be in conflict would entail. There is a collective belief that it will be boring, which is ridiculously laughable, to say the least. How could unlimited expression and infinite potential be boring? This does not comprehend to us. But the unknown, that is the final fear that you are feeling in an infinite number of ways that it expresses. And as we said, the fear of the unknown would not be possible if you trusted fully in your power. So, dear ones, with the information we have given you today, will you begin to allow yourself to experience what you are experiencing, even if you don't know why you are experiencing it? To allow yourself to have an experience of recognizing your power, of recognizing that no matter how dark or heavy or deep you go down into the shadows, you will always rise. That is your power. And as you traverse the extremes, as you come into alignment with your true essence, the fear of the unknown will continue to dissolve. We leave you with an invitation of joining, to join with you, with your higher self, with us, and with the universe, to move beyond the curtain of fear that you have dropped upon your awareness, and to rest into the space where peace is your inheritance.